Ant Mizzle and the Wizzle trailer is hitting today. That's right, it's Quantumania time. It's episode 3 of the Ant-Man saga. If you want to call it a saga, I gotta say that ultimately Marvel really destroyed any semblance of taking Ant-Man seriously by taking away his greatest villain. Iron Man had a lot of great villains. He didn't need Ultron to be his villain. They took away Ultron, and so Ant-Man was left with nothing. He really doesn't have a plethora of good villains. I wouldn't even say Kang the Conqueror is his villain, and MODOK really isn't his villain. You know, MODOK is really an Iron Man villain who also gives Captain America a tough time. But, so I don't know what they're doing. They're definitely trying to fix this, but it seems that these lesser properties, and I apologize for any Ant-Man fans who are really into it, but I would say lesser properties like Ant-Man and these kind of like titles that aren't big yet are just going to be staging grounds to do Marvel Universe-wide events and introductions of characters and plots. It's the filler between stories. They're like, where can we put Kang? And like everyone who's already making a hot property for Marvel is like, you're not putting him in my movie. Maybe an end credit scene, you're not putting, and they're like, we got to put him somewhere, and they're like, put him in Ant-Man. Ant-Man doesn't have anything going on. So we finally get to see this. This is finally dropping, being dropped on the same day that we learned that Henry Cavill is officially back as Superman. I should have really done a video on that. But I'm sorry for my lackluster feelings toward this one. Before we start the video, though, love it if you liked, shared, and subscribed. Voice of the Fat Mantis is here for you, man. Now let's start this trailer.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions.
Paul Rudd
Scott,
being Paul
you're
Rudd.
ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me
her
the
hair.
same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That would happen in real life.
That's why we made this. Like a satellite for deep space, but quanta.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal?
And so that's the new Cassie Lang. I think she's going to be taking the name Stinger. If she's wearing Stinger's costume, the purple. So I think she's going to be Stinger instead of Stature. And Stinger is really Hope Van Dyne's code name. So as you know, they made a lot of changes in it to his canon.
Where are we?
She's so Hollywood, man. They made sure to get a pretty girl, a fashionista to be.
I should have stayed on the phone. I should have listened to my own mind.
It's a secret universe beneath ours.
What are you so afraid of?
There's something I never told you.
This place.
Oh, here he is.
It isn't what you think.
Oh, I find it inside of my future lies beyond the other
I can get you home
I love that they fixed Wasp's costume.
and give you more time. If you help me, so what's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
See, Jonathan Majors knows how to be intimidating by doing nothing, by just saying a common word, and even that was a little intimidating. I'm like, that dude's the real deal, you know what I mean? I want to first touch on fashion. I love that they fixed the Wasp's costume. I absolutely love that. I love that it's back into the yellow and black classic. That's perfect. I love that. I really disliked, last episode when they tried to make it, they're like, make it gold, but make it dark gold and make all the colors dark because we don't want people to think that these guys are like I don't know, enjoying life, or they're happy, or they like colors or something, or they're homosexuals or something like that. There seems to be some sort of dislike of the colorful nature of superhero costumes. It actually reminds me of something that happened to Star Trek. When Star Trek was made into the motion picture, they saw the original costumes and they were trying to update them. And the director, his name escapes me, but he made some derogatory comment saying that he's like, well, I don't want my crew to be the first gay crew in space. And it seems like that's what they've been doing in Marvel. So I appreciate the return of color and canonical costumes. I'm into it. I don't like what's her face, Janet Van, Hope Van Dyne's hair. It's not. Boy cuts are beautiful, except when they look like that, because that's not a boy cut. I don't know what happens. It looks like she cut her own hair. She just was like, so bizarre. I do say that the style really just looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And like, I love Guardians of the Galaxy when they are Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm not sure that I want to see Ant-Man be Guardians of the Galaxy, but they may have no position to move. Like I said, they took out Ultron. They don't really know what villains or storylines to use. So they're just throwing darts. They're blindfolded and they're throwing darts, and whatever it sticks to, they're going to use. And they're like, maybe space aliens are what Ant-Man needs, which is not usually part of his franchise. So now, why didn't Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp, why didn't she just warn them about Kang or whatever's down there? Once again, another problem that could have been solved if people just communicated. That's what's wrong with this world. We don't communicate. But it looks good. It certainly looks like it's got to be better than the last two. Now, I don't hate the last two. I think I gave them decent ratings, but that's all they were. Decent movies. They're middle-of-the-road superhero movies. And I actually think that an amazing Ant-Man movie could be made. It could totally have been made well. But they just took some wrong directions, man. I think it has to do with that director. I believe that's Peyton Reed up in there. So this will be good. Can't wait to see Kang. Oh, they do another annoying thing, which obviously we see a glimpse of him with his helmet. It looks like he's out in space, so it's going to be like a functional space helmet. But it looks like most of the time he's going to have his helmet off, and I am sick to death of the MCU doing that. Like, they made sure to give every character tech where they can just their mask immediately molds off of them like they're the symbiote, so that Spider-Man and Iron Man and Black Panther and all these guys who should be masked up, especially in dangerous places when the helmets serve as protection, take off their mask at the end of every fight sequence. They kill a bad guy and they're like, and they smile with a camera. F this, man. Just leave their helmet on, man. But I guess I'm getting really nitpicky with this one. But that's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. What are your thoughts? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember to smash that like button, give me a subscribe, and keep tuning into Voice of the Fat Mantis for more analysis on comic book material, nerd stuff, and all the nerd news that's fit to print. Until next time, ciao for now.